Hello my beautiful hammerheads and welcome back to another Black Library review. This time Lady of Sorrows by C.L.Werner. So this is a novel which has the Laukawai of the Soulblight Gravelord's dilemma, in which it is pretty simple to believe that this is a story from the perspective of Lady Olinda. However, in the description of the book, it is pretty clear that this is a Cities of Sigmar novel and that you get to see the perspective of the people who are under the siege of Lady Olinda and her spectral hosts. As a Nagash fan, I must say I really enjoyed this. First of all, this story takes place in Shaiish, in the twin cities of Eastdale and Westreach. Both cities are wildly different from each other. Eastdale, as one of the cities, is made by Azurites who, came from Azir, built the city, and are very pious people. And the other ones are, they are survivors of the Age of Chaos and so on. They rebuilt a city which was already there. And they're very superstitious people. And there are, even though both of the cities live in near vicinity to each other, have a common enemy in Lady Olinda, they're still at each other's throats. They're not fighting or anything like that. There are no wars. However, they don't like each other. And cooperation is really not their thing, as they believe the ones are too pious, the other ones are too superstitious, nothing of the things work, they say, and only they are correct in their beliefs. So yeah, modern society, basically. Lady Olinda besieges those two cities every generation. There is no time frame named with this, just every generation, and she almost succeeds with every of her sieges, but near the end, the cities are able to defeat her, to throw her back into her crypt fortress, and stave off destruction for another generation. Great! They don't like this, for obvious reasons. And one day, and this is where the story takes place, they receive omens of the curse breakage of Lady Olinda's siege, because everyone believes, for of course obvious reasons, that there is a curse on them, that Lady Olinda is here and there and again besieging the cities. And so we have our hero, Jahangir. He is of both of the cities. Mother was of one city, father was of the other city, and he was home nowhere really, but he was welcome in both cities, and he is the bridge. He is the one who got to lead an expedition to defeat Olinda, or at least break the curse. And I kinda felt for him for, personal reasons, in which because I'm also really nowhere at home. I just see myself as a human being. And yeah, and no one really believed that I am a part of a certain society, except of the wargaming community. But yeah, this starts as a typical, how might I say it, Lord of the Rings-esque storyline. We have a group of people. There is one character who has all the burden on him, and they have to go to seek the Veiled Oracle, a kinda Galadriel-esque person. She also has a mirror in which she sees stuff, and yeah, it's Galadriel. We also have a Gollum kind of character. It's a Cryptborn, not really a ghoul right now, but he's on his way to become a member of the Flesh Eater Courts. And there are so many similarities. And at first I was like, oh no, Mr. Werner did it again. I know everything which is going to happen in this story. Until it didn't. And right, not really at the beginning, at the first quarter maybe, there is a harsh cut to this. Okay, we know what's going to happen. And after that, all hell breaks loose. You don't know anything. People die here and there. You get to know people beforehand and you think, oh, it's kind of nice. And bam, dead. So yes, it's fun times. What I enjoyed in this story is, first of all the theological discussions between East Dalers and West Reachers, or what they call themselves, Reclaimers and Azerites. And oh, before I forget it, this is pre-Broken Realms, so the skies are still clear, Nagash is still at the height of his power and so on. Just that you have a feeling for the timeline. But it's not only the theological discussions between the two communities we have in the story, it's other things in which we get not only the feeling, the foreshadowing that all of this was pre-planned, as there are certain traps, or rather, let me call it the Mines of Moria gates, in which the group has to solve some riddles, but the riddles are very specific to certain people. This was also very, very good. So what is there else to say? This is a story of... There isn't really much to say, as the story evolves around this small group of characters. We have, of course, a wizard, a warrior, a Sigmarite priest, and so on and so on. The very usual cast of characters for Cities of Sigmar. We get to know the surroundings of Shaiish a little bit better, if you are interested in those. And all the time, in the background, is foreshadowing for things to come in this story. It is a story in itself. It has no repercussions for anything in the greater storyline of Age of Sigmar. Sadly, this could have been something in which the Black Library just could have expanded on. There is so much stuff in here for Lady Olinda, of course, or probably the greater alliance of undeath, but sadly no. However, if you are interested in Night Haunts in Cities of Sigmar in Shaiish, this is a book for you. All in all, for Night Haunt fans, this is a solid 8 out of 10 superstitions, which does not work against the undead. But as I've said, don't expect a novel from the perspective of Lady Olinda. If you want such a story, Broken Realms Be'lakor, you have a little bit of Olinda in there. So, but what are your thoughts about this book? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're down there, do all the YouTube stuff, because hitting buttons is fun. If you want to support the channel and you don't know what to say, just write Lady of Sorrow in the comments. Have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!